Welcome, Wapplers. This is our December 2022 meetup. Got a general discussion about all things Wapplers today. We're just happy everybody can join us. John Stanton, what are your thoughts on the state of Wappler today, the Wappler meetups, and what's coming next?
I'm enjoying the meetups, definitely. State of Wappler, I mean, like all of us, Thursday is a great day of the week to see what extras have been put in.
Christmas every Thursday.
Yeah, basically. Uh, really, now, particularly with yesterday's update, looking forward to all the mobile stuff that looks like is going to be appearing over the next few weeks. Because I really want to start focusing on the mobile side of things, getting some iOS and Android stuff done.
Cool. Things you're planning on putting in the app stores?
Yeah, I'm doing I've been working on for a couple of years a pretty big project for a client, which part of that overall project involves mobile apps for people on the road. And so, yeah, perfect timing. I've been asking for various features for that side of things for a while, but it looks like they're finally going to come to fruition.
All right, awesome. Would anybody else like to discuss Wappler, the projects they're working on, what they'd like to see next? All right, got a shy group this morning.
That is
one of the things that I wanted to discuss was the Wappler meetups. They seem to be real popular, especially in the YouTube with the videos that Ben is posting, and his very kind and generous edits. We appreciate all that extra work you're doing, Ben, to make us look good. But it's we've all got the same problem. We're just all incredibly busy, and it seems like the preparing a presentation for a monthly meetup, may be a bridge too far. I got a couple of other wild ideas that I need to run by George first before I mention anything. But does anybody else have any suggestions on what we could do to make the meetups more friendlier, reliable, less onerous?
I think for me, sorry, doing all the talking. For me, what would be brilliant would be to get some Wappler team people. They came to the first one, or George was at the. I think George, maybe Theodore as well, was at the first one. But yeah, if we can get one or two Wappler team to also give us a little insight into what's coming up, and just give us a chance to ask some questions.
We'll definitely mention that to George and see what he has to say. I think Ben suggested a while back, and I haven't met her yet, but on a new intern to the team. There's I'm going to blank her name at the moment.
Romy.
Randy?
Romy.
Roni. Okay.
Romy. R-O-M-Y.
Has anybody seen or talked to Roni, or what is her job function?
I think she's doing the documentation at the moment, together with Theodore. They're revising, well, mainly the images to be well, to be the same as the current version of Wappler. I think at the same time, she's probably also using Wappler, otherwise she wouldn't be able to do the documentation. So it'll be great to see her present something in one of the future meetups.
Absolutely. I think it's a great idea, or at the very least, listening to Wapplers' wants, needs, and desires and taking it back to the team. I think that's a great idea. So let's see.
Just to get the meeting going, I produced a video about a month ago now about dynamic menus. I don't know if any of you have seen that or not, but the reports on that video was that people would like to see the menu items being sorted, and also having the CRUD operations so that you can create, read, update, and delete the menu items.
Work goes smoothly when you memorize maps.
Was I doing that?
Oh, that was me. Sorry.
Oh, so that's what I'm working on now. Unfortunately, my computer carked it the other day. I ordered a new one. I waited about 10 days for the delivery of the new one, only to hear that they weren't available anymore. So I went to another store, and I've now got it all set up, so I can start on the video now.
Well, that's awesome. Is this the dynamic nav bar with Wappler?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
The thing is that being able to sort the items using Wappler is a very simple operation now, and it doesn't seem to have hit the limelight at all. So I'm trying to highlight that you can easily sort items within Wappler. Well, when I say within Wappler, you can create the sorting with Wappler so that people can do the sorting of images or any other element whatsoever.
Well, that sounds exciting. What do you do that with a server action, I assume?
Yes, it's the what is it? The form repeater.
Okay.
You need a form anyway to be able to store the sorted images, and the form repeater comes in very, very handy as far as the sorting is concerned.
That sounds excellent, Ben. As always, it's amazing.
Well, I'm not so sure about that. I get the idea that others know about this as well, but it's just not being presented as being a new feature within Wappler. I don't know, have any of the others that are present, have you done any of the sorting at all? No.
The only sorting I've done is the archaic way, where you just have a numeric field and manually put a number in and then just order by that number, by that field.
Yeah, but I'll see if I can find it. Would you like me to show a presentation of it?
That would be awesome, Ben.
Just let me have a look. I've got to share the desktop too then, don't I? Just give me a second. And how can I share the desktop? Anybody help me?
You go down to the bottom of the screen and click on share screen.
The bottom of the screen.
Should be a green button.
Breakout rooms, pause, stop recording, chat. No, I don't see that at all. So I've got a whole new version of Zoom, and it looks completely different to what it was.
It should be next to chat.
Next to chat.
Yeah, in the
Share
bottom.
screen. Oh, look at that. So if I share that, can anybody see that? Share. Can you see that?
Yes, I can see.
Perfect.
What am I looking at? Okay.
Well, this is.
I start where I finished off in the last video. As a refresher, these are the menu items that were dynamically created. They do not contain links to other pages. This is what I plan to finish up with, where the menu items have dynamic links to the other pages.
Your video is playing now, Ben.
Yes, it's coming across okay.
Yes.
Here I have a login button that takes me to the CRUD page. This is the read function where the menu items are read from the database. This is the create function where I create a new menu item. Then the update functions where I add a link to the page. Back in the home page, we see that our new menu item has been added, but it is in the wrong place. So let me correct that by using another update function called sort.
Oh, drag and drop. I love it.
In the home page, we see the result. Now for the last of the CRUD operations. Delete. Fortunately, I have removed the junk from my home page. Now to be serious, let me create a real menu item called services. I'll also add a sub-menu item called dry cleaning with a corresponding link. I save the changes. To my horror, the services item has repositioned itself to the start of the items list. This is because I did not save the change. I will correct this now. In the home page, we see that there is a fully functioning menu item. Enough talk. I hope to have whetted your appetite enough for you to continue following this video. As with any—
Well, that's it. Now I've got to undo the sharing. How do I do that?
At the top of the
Everything's
screen,
gone.
stop sharing.
Oh my goodness.
Is it at the top of the screen?
No, there's all I see on the right. Oh, hang on. Maybe if I remove that. Ah, yes, 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 yes. Oh, that's a new share. Stop. Stop. Yes.
There you go. That did it.
That's it.
Wonderful. One of the other things.
So that's what I was going to show in the video, but I got stopped because the computer just didn't work anymore. So I'll start again.
That's excellent. How much of that uses native Wappler functionality, and how much of it have you had to add manually?
There is only one little item that I have to add manually, and I've asked for that to be added to Wappler, and that is a DMX something or other end, I think it is. Something like that. Just you know, the normal DMX bit of code, and then end. So instead of show or repeat or whatever, it just says end, which, and I forget what it was for, but that was the only bit I had to put in manually. The rest is all through Wappler itself.
Well, that was an incredible presentation, Ben, especially considering it's 3 o'clock in the morning where you're at.
I'm getting used to it, Mark. I've been following the football, so I'll be watching America against the Netherlands. No, Australia, isn't it? One of the two, anyway.
U.S. is playing Netherlands tomorrow.
Ah, yes, that's right. I'll be watching that tomorrow, and I've been watching most of the other games as well.
As long as you're watching the England games.
Who's rooting for England?
It's a pity Wales is out, though.
Not surprising.
Rubbish! England! Don't want Wales.
Oh.
England! England! Listen, guys, I'm actually in the car.
That's Brian in Hyperbytes. Sounds like he's in having a fight with somebody in his car is what it sounds like. I have a question for you, Ben, on the drag and drop. I've always admired that functionality from a user point of view, but I have no idea how that's created. Is that CSS?
No, it's Wappler.
The drag and drop?
Yes.
I'm going to have to watch that video and learn how to do that.
Well, Theodore has already shown how to do it in one of the documents that he's written. But as I said, it's never been highlighted. It's a magnificent feature, but hardly anybody apparently knows about it.
And it's one of the most requested features.
I know. I used to do it programmatically, like hand code just about everything to achieve the same result. And now it's been with Wappler for probably about 6 months.
Is that using Dragula.js or something else?
No, I'll just have a look. Where's my Wappler thing?
Drag and drop.
Just to refresh my memory, because it's been about a month ago since I last did it. Tutorials. I haven't installed it yet. Sorry. On my new computer, I just haven't installed the program yet. Just watch YouTube. I'll see if I can finish the video off, and you can see how easy it is. It's just click and well, what do you do with Wappler? You just click on an item and it adds the function. So.
Well,
I'll tell you what, if Mark, if you'd have showcased that as a meetup presentation, you'd have everybody here. That is, as you say, it's just something that I don't think any of us realized was there.
Another early Wappler Christmas present, thanks to Santa Claus Ben in prison clothes. Well, that's awesome. Well, I will definitely watch Ben's video. I will look that up, reach out to Tidor if I need to. And with Ben's permission, we can make that the January meetup. But the $1 million question I have for you folks is, what do we do for the rest of the year? We're going to have, is there another, let me throw out a couple things to think about. Is there something else we can do besides what we've been doing? The meetup recordings have been very popular. Frankly, this meetup that we put together at the last minute, it probably has the highest attendance that we've ever had. So yeah, maybe what do they call it? A flash mob or flash meetup? Maybe that's the way to go. But I'm open for any other suggestions that they have, or if there, Tom or anybody else on the call here that would be interested in presenting a Wappler feature or demonstrating a site. Tom, you're muted. Still muted, Tom. Let's see here. There
Yep, is that it?
That's it.
Yep, good.
Welcome.
We've got a few sites under development right now, so we don't have anything to show, as it were, on the front end. But I think looking at the Wappler roadmap that we've all been probably studying for the last few weeks since it was released, there's some fantastic elements going to be introduced probably within the next few months. So I think one of the things that would be handy would be to try and get a handle on these new elements as and when they get released into the wild, and then we could sort of disseminate and pick them to pieces as a group, and sort of provide demonstrations on the cutting edge brand new features that are out, like either a month, either immediately or a month prior to each Friday meet. I think that would be quite handy.
That's a great idea, Tom.
I'll second that. And also, if we meet monthly, well, we are meeting monthly, there's 4 or potentially 5 Thursdays between meetups. And so there's got to be enough material in those to focus on something at the meetup, even if it's just for 20 minutes.
Another excellent idea.
Yeah, guys, just glad I've got a signal. Let you know, I'm with you when I can. I'm actually in the car and I keep dropping out signal wise, but I'm sort of following what you're saying, and it's a good idea for me.
Cheers, Brian.
So, John, when you were talking about the 4, I guess it'd be 3 or no, you're right, 4 or 5 Thursdays. Would that be more of a conversation on things that are new, or bugs that are new, or some combination of that together?
I suppose a kind of combination, but mostly new features. And if we could get George or one of the team to, I don't know if you remember, I think there was the meetup we did probably 3 years ago now, 2.5 years ago. And George came and he showed the new database manager, which was not released. It was probably still a few months away, but was able to show us basically whet everyone's appetite for what was coming up, and also get some ideas from us that was there that helped shape what it ended up being. And I'm sure there's other big features like that, and the roadmap that they put out a little while back gives a good indication of what's coming. And so, yeah, if we could get someone from the team to just say, we're working on this and this is how we envisage it being, and a bit of a demo, that'd be good for everyone. And I think it would help the team as well, because they'll get some real world feedback.
I think that might be I will definitely bring that up to the team and see what their feeling is. I think that was Roma was, John, how did you spell her name?
Romy, R-O-M-Y.
R-O-M-Y, Romy. All right. I think that might
I don't know
be-
if that's how you pronounce it, but that's how it's written.
Okay,
Romy.
okay.
Yeah.
Ben says it's Romy. All right. Well, you folks have given us some really good ideas to think about. We appreciate it. We appreciate everybody investing the time to come out today. Well, we've got a rather talented, very talented Wappler group here. Does anybody have any questions or current issues they're fighting that they'd like to ask about besides drag and drop?
Does anybody have problems with colors and matching colors, etc.?
Well, considering your jail jammies, I would put you at the top of the list.
My wife had to laugh as well. So, but no, there are websites that can assist in color combinations and things. I don't know if people would be interested in that at all.
There are. I'm still looking for one that'll help me get dressed in the morning. But as far as what is your favorite site for dealing with colors?
Probably Adobe. They've got a very, very good, sensible site where you can, well, match colors, different color patterns and things. Also, what is it, gradients and things.
Mm-hmm.
I forget their website. I'll just have a look.
Do you have to be an Adobe subscriber?
I
Or is it
don't
available to
think
everyone?
so.
Is it just color.adobe.com?
Something like that, yes. Color, yeah.
Color spelt wrong.
Color spelled wrong. You're right there.
That looks right to me.
I knew that was
Yeah,
something.
it's color.adobe.com.
Oh, wow. This is this group is a wealth of information and experience. I've been a subscriber to Adobe for more years than I'd like to, well, since before you could have subscriptions. I had no idea this existed.
There's an app you can get as well. So you can use your phone camera and you can then photograph something and it will match the color. And I haven't used it in a long time.
Really, that might help me get dressed in the morning. All right. Well, then you're onto something here. Does anybody else have a favorite tool they'd like to share? Whether it be colors or fonts or JavaScript or CSS or whatever? You can feel free to pop in or put it in the chat if you'd like.
I'm just looking through all my extension icons, but I don't think there's anything that I'm guessing everyone. Yeah, I don't think there's anything revolutionary in it. Things like lorem ipsum generators and stuff like that.
Well, lorem ipsum, you can do that within Wappler anyway. Have you tried
You
that?
could. I thought you could. I'm sure I saw that on a previous video.
Yes.
And I keep forgetting how, and so I just
I
use
do
the
too,
browser
but
plugin.
I have to look it up every now and then. Oh golly, look, it's late at night for me, and my mind's just not there. But when you go into code view, you press a P, then the tab, and you'll see that the opening and the closing of the element is automatically placed where you press where you put the P in the first place. Now you can extend that P using just let me have a look. I may have it here. No, I haven't. Sorry. Emmet, that's what it's called. I'll just have a look. Emmet.
That's part of the code editor that they use, isn't it?
And then if you go to, what is it? Emmet. It's very handy, actually. It doesn't tell me how to do it, but it's you type in P and then lorem times 5, and you get 5 paragraphs with lorem, the lorem ipsum code. Syntax.
That's very interesting. A very handy feature.
If you search for Emmet, EMMET,
Right.
then you should be able to find some documentation on that, and that's very handy when you're sort of in code view. You can very quickly create ordered or unordered lists that you only have to fill in with the details. For instance, type in UL, sort of a forward-facing chevron. What is it? UL LI times 5, and you get the whole thing 5 times. And then all you have to do is fill in the details between the L thingos. Yeah, sorry, I'm not making much sense at the moment.
You're doing fine. I found all kinds of things about Emmet, EMMET, in the forum, but it's all about how it came back, and I'm not finding the step-by-step instructions that you're mentioning. And I will look into it and see what I can put together for that as well. All right. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to bring up? We've got this, not the best looking group in the world, but very talented Wappler developers.
Well, I'm glad to be here just right at the end to say goodbye. Sorry, mobile signal's been terrible in the car.
Brian, we're so very glad you could join us. Remember, drive safely, okay?
That's all right. My good lady is driving, especially so I can take part in this, but the mobile signal's been atrocious.
But please thank her for us. We appreciate her efforts so you could be here.
You are totally welcome.
Excellent.
I love it.
I look forward to seeing the transcript of this anyway when Ben gets it published.
Very good. All right, folks.
One thing I picked up, what we're going to contact Romy about. Romy. She's non-technical, don't you?
No, didn't know that. That's good to know.
That's helpful.
Yeah, I think she's there to do documentation, marketing materials, and the likes. Which is not. I've been doing a little bit of work with Romy on some presentations, and she's not a technical person.
No worries. I'm sure she's a wonderful addition to the team.
Yeah, well, I think she's sorting out all the documentation, and she's been doing things like PowerPoint overlays for me, just to give my presentations a bit more of the sort of Wappler branding style. You may have noticed it a little bit more in the small bite section that I've been doing. If you've seen that, that's the backgrounds, etc. And that is Roby's work.
And much needed.
Yeah, it
Mark,
just tidies things up, doesn't it?
oh, sorry. Mark,
Yes, sir.
if you go to docs.emmet.io, there's a short video there, a demonstration on how to, well, what to type and the result after you've typed it.
Well, Ben, that's excellent. Let me see if I can share my screen. We can have everybody watch this together. Share screen. Watch demo. Share. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Watch demo. Type CSS like abbreviation.
Press enter. And then you get the expanded version.
Cool. So this is an example of Wappler adding Emmet into the Wappler platform.
Yes.
Excellent. And I'm going to put this link in the, oh, John already did it. Beat me to it, John.
I'm not normally quick.
We do have a question in the chat about CMS. If we can access dynamically the security provider features. And the answer to that, of course, is yes, but I'm not exactly sure how he meant that.
Yeah, that possibly follows. I put a request in years ago. The only part of the security provider that you can't manipulate is the actual security provider screen itself, where you add and remove the security conditions. You're really great if we could access that programmatically as well. And that would mean everything could be managed dynamically.
It's not closed.
That is the next piece.
No, but I can go along here. This way. Okay.
Sorry, guys, I think I'm losing you again.
Turn left, Brian. Turn left.
Turn right, turn right.
Don't see driving now.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know whether you got that requested 2 years ago to have the security provider where you, the bit where you actually add, you know, authority A equals admin needs to roll off. That needs to be dynamically manipulatable as well, which means that you can actually add new security.
Well, I'm not sure exactly what is meant by all of that. I'll tell you what I do. I've got the security identity under globals, and having it under globals, it's available on the back end everywhere and on the front end everywhere. And what the security identity does is is a person is logged in, it contains the ID of that person in the security identity. So especially when working on the front end, you want to know who has logged in. All you need to do is have a server connect function on the front end, and you can use your security identity. It's always available everywhere.
What I was referring to, Ben, is okay, you define your security provider, let's say an admin, a user, and an editor. And at a later date, you decide you want to put a complete new role within the security identity of, say, sales. The only way you can add that new sales role is to go to the Wappler itself and add that in the security provider. It'd be really great if we could actually inject that in automatically rather than having to make a manual change within Wappler.
I think he was speaking of making adding a new role after the site's been deployed. And somehow, but all I got out of that was he wanted to add a new role after the site was already designed.
I tend to just create multiple roles within the security enforcer setup, and then have in my table for each user which roles the user fits into. And I'll either do it where they're on a hierarchy, so super admin, admin, editor, maybe staff, something like that. And then just set up my enforcer using in for the query, and see if the value in the user's table is in the list of roles. I don't know. I don't think I've explained that very well.
No, that's perfect.
And then you can
Yeah,
just create your
I think I've
users
got
as
your
needed.
back, guys. Did you get what I said earlier about the security provider?
We got half of it, Brian. You were
Basically
dropping
what
in
I'm
and
saying
out.
is, right, but you've got a security provider, you define, let's say, admin, user, editor. If you want to later add, say, a sales role, the only way you can add that role to security provider is by going into Wappler. It would be really good if you could inject that new role into the security provider programmatically.
Which personally I don't think is a problem, but it sounds like is it Tassos as needing it to be more dynamic.
That's the only part I can think of that isn't dynamic, and I put a feature request in for that a couple of years ago.
Well, I wanted to thank everybody again for joining us for December Wappler meetup. We had a wonderful discussion today. We've learned a lot. Thanks to everybody who contributed. We're talking about some really good ideas that John and Ben have come up with for continuing the meetups. We break it down into sections where we talk about the roadmap or the updates and maybe a couple more things. We can kind of refresh what we're doing with the meetups and make the presentations less onerous moving forward. Also like the idea of showcasing videos that like Brian and Ben put together. That would be a something else that we could do as well. And signing on now is Bob Ice, the Iceman. Just in time to say goodbye. Would you like to say hello, Bob? You're muted. Iceman. You're muted. Come on, give us that Mr. FM radio presentation.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
5 by 5.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I got here late. I saw the thing about somebody being sick, and then I thought we weren't having it, and I'm like, well, I'm going to dial in just see if anybody's here, anyways.
All right. Well, we're glad you could join us.
Thank you.
We've had a wonderful conversation this morning. We're going to ship the video over to Ben and see what he can do with it and get it online. Want to actually thank everybody one last time for participating. We do appreciate it. Hope you have a wonderful winter season, holiday season, and we'll look forward to seeing you on January what? On Friday, January 6th. Save the date, Friday, January 6th for the first meetup of 2023.
All right.
I thank you all again for your contributions and hope you have a very safe and prosperous new year. If you have any questions or suggestions, I'm known as Mark1 on the forum. Please reach out. I'd love to hear from you. I thank you all and hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thanks,
Take
Mark.
care.
See you all.
See you later.
Well done, Ben.
Cheers, see ya. Bye.
Cheers. Good night, Ben. Sleep tight.
Thanks.